Welcome to Making with Mark. In this video, we'll paint and add the finishing details to the second of 3 robots in this series. This robot was built using an energy drink can and some old markers and other bits and pieces from my junk bin. We'll start off by giving him a base coat of orange, and then we'll add some interesting details like copper and gold and black. We'll add that distressed look just to make him look realistic. Let's get started. So here I'm spraying a couple of coats of this fire orange satin spray paint. This is Rust-Oleum. You can pick up at most any department store. So I'm just working my way around the robot, making sure I get all that gray primer covered up. And this will set the stage for the next layers that we're going to add on. And here we are. That orange base coat is applied, and we're ready to start doing some detailing. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to paint these little arm and leg connector pieces here. This is just wire that I want to draw a distinction to. So right now it's orange, of course, from that spray paint, but I want to go ahead and paint these black, and that's going to make the orange pieces stand out more. It'll just give them a little bit more detail here. Here I'm just continuing down the arm, painting this black connector piece. And then I work my way on down to the legs, and I just repeat this process on the other side. And here you go. The connector pieces between the arms and the legs is painted black, and now we're going to be able to move on to the next color. For this little panel on the front here, I decided to use this metallic finish. This is a bright copper. You can see there, bright coat copper. I love this color. It's really going to add some pop to this robot, so I'm super excited to get started here. And since this is a spray paint, I'm just using the bottom of a drink bottle here that I sprayed some of the paint into. And I'm also using just a real cheap throwaway brush to put this on. I don't want to use a high-dollar brush here because this is a one-time use only thing. And here I'm applying some of that copper. And I have to admit, it goes on almost looking gold, which you know how much I like gold from the last video, but this paint goes on really well. There were some streaks here and there, so I did end up going back with a couple of coats just to sort of finish up and bring it all home and make it nice and solid. But I was really happy with the way it turned out. I decided to go ahead and paint this back panel copper as well. This one was a little trickier just because I'm having to work around this gear piece on this back there, but it wasn't too bad. Again, a couple of streaks on the first coat, so I did end up going back and adding 2 or 3 more additional coats just to get everything looking nice and even. And I thought the hands were missing a little something, so I decided to go ahead and paint those copper as well. I was pretty happy with the way this turned out. I think it really kind of balances out the bright, shiny copper look. So moving on, now it's time for one of my favorite parts again. It's time to do a little distressing while de-stressing. now for the next layer of wash here. This is a brown sienna. Again, I'm just kind of mixing this with some water. And for this coat, I actually went a little bit thicker here, but it's not a big deal. I'm just kind of wiping this, again, just kind of wiping it off of the surface, letting it get down into the cracks and crevices. And as I just mentioned, because this has copper, I want to do this sort of patina, so I'm using this turquoise acrylic paint here. And even though I've got some metallic in this project already, I couldn't resist. Here I am with some more of that classic gold Gilder's paint here. And I really want a little bit more pop on the front here, so I decided to do these two eye things with the gold. And again, I just love the gold. Don't like using too much of it, but some accent pieces here and there really grab your attention, and it's a nice contrast between the two metallic colors of the copper and the gold. That's looking good. And with this last little eyepiece, this is going to wrap up the project. So I thought this really turned out well. I'm extremely happy with the colors and the way they ended up, and the distressing. Couldn't be happier. Thanks for watching Making with Mark. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel.